how is everyone doing? So, this video is being filmed on the 6th of January 2026. And this video is about the 5 levers that create endless opportunity. Now, before we get into it, I have merged my thoughts here with AI in terms of I got AI to refine my thinking and give it in a very digestible output so you guys can follow along. And I basically want to give you a template to take action straight away. Now, because everyone on the internet just goes around, stuffing around, watching too many YouTube videos, wasting time. And I just want to tell you guys that the only thing that matters and the highest frequency you can ever attain is just execution. Execution and taking action. That's literally it, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to keep this video very simple. Let's not overcomplicate things. And we're going to dive straight into what actually works. And even though I don't have the exact results of a mega successful guy, I'm starting to see the amazing compounding effects of past decisions that have worked. And I'm going to lay out those with you today, okay? So without further ado, subscribe to Isaac Macro. And the previous video was also a very important video to watch if you're into not necessarily self-improvement, but understanding metacognition, how the world works, and using your energy efficiently and allocating your energy in a very asymmetric way. Okay, that's how I'm going to put it, because if you want to live a life that's more than ordinary, you have to do things that are more than ordinary, and you have to allocate your energy in ways that are more than ordinary to get those compounding / exponential results. So this video is going to cover a few of them. The last video was also very good. It was how I'm thinking and all that sort of stuff. So the 5 levers that create endless opportunity. So the principle, so you don't have to worry. Okay, so you just do the stuff. You don't have to worry about it and be in constant anxiety all the time. Now, there are things outside of our control, like World War III, like whatever the government's doing. You have things that are, what else do you have? Financial collapses, all that sort of stuff. Not in our control, but those things we can track. But things that are outside of control, like AI taking over everything, that's not really in our control right now. And that's probably not going to happen exactly right now. Okay, so there's still a little bit of time. Now, so worry disappears when you know which levers actually matter. Okay, and that's very important because I feel like I spent the last 2 years, I'm 22 now, I spent the last, back at when I was 18 to 20, wondering what to do, didn't know what to do. Now I feel like I have a good idea what to do. And I want to help you guys out with that because I know a lot of men struggle with this. And women too. So you pull 1 or 2 daily relentlessly, regardless of the fact, I want you guys to execute on these things. So that's output, right? And you trust in compounding, not intensity. So we don't do this 2 a.m., let's just rush and do everything right now. Instead, we just do the work and we let compounding interest take time on our life, okay? That applies to money, that applies to relationships, that applies to everything you do. And I want to make sure you guys play life strategically so you get the best out of life and people around you, and you all create a loving atmosphere. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to create a place where we can have love and survive in the world that's hyper-financialized and just live a good life and be happy, It's important. Excuse my burp there. You don't need more effort. You need better leverage per unit of energy. So every day when you wake up, there's a set amount of energy you're given, okay? Now, you need to use that energy efficiently, and we'll optimize times later. We'll get in very in-depth videos later on, but for now, we're just getting the basic set. The 5 butterfly levers that create this opportunity. Each one creates asymmetric upside. The first and most powerful lever you can pull. If you're my age, or 18 or so, you're probably in an industry of some sort, whether it's plumbing, a trade, office work, finance, crypto, podiatry, a doctor, an engineer, whatever it is, real estate agent, any sort of field that you're in, right? Public proof of work. Attention, reputation, opportunity. Now, ways you can do this is probably by YouTube's the best option. You've got LinkedIn, Instagram, all the distribution network platforms that enable you as an individual to have the network effect on yourself, okay? So those, this is by far the biggest lever you can pull in terms of creating asymmetric upside potential for your life. So whatever your specific niche is, whether it's fitness, it doesn't matter what it is, create a proof of work ledger. So just like the blockchain verifies itself and it gets stronger over time as it's more proof of that we're working, right? Proof of work is the same thing. So this is it, proof of work, public proof of work. So you have a ledger of continuous work you've done. Now, I've just put myself there as an example because this is my channel, so you can see it. let's zoom in here so you can see. So my channel has 1,000 subscribers, right? And my views are not crazy right now, but I'm in the starting stages. I've had the channel for around 4 or so years. Started when I was around 18 years old, and I've been doing consistent videos. I haven't been consistent all of last year, but like, that's what it is. Sometimes you fall behind. Now, what doing this has enabled me to do, even though the views aren't crazy, it's a proof of work. It's a proof of consistency. It's a proof of attention to detail. It's a proof of that I want to get it. Okay, I want it. Do you want it bad enough? If you want it bad enough, you put the work in. What it's enabled me to do is enable me to meet very, very affluent people. It's enabled me to do things which I wouldn't have able to do before. Now, I'll give you examples. I started this podcast with the guys at Ainsley Bullion, which is a gold dealer in my city, in Brisbane. And I met a bunch of cool people. And I would do podcasts with them. And from that, my network's grown in people I know, whether they're like business connections or not, that's not really necessarily relevant. But my connections have grown and my relationships have grown with people who are asymmetric and think in a very positive, asymmetric way. Okay, so they're asymmetrically attuned to what's happening. Now, what happens with these relationships is over time, trust builds. And as long as you don't do anything stupid and you yourself are also a good, trustworthy person, you will have more opportunities by virtue of that. So by having these networks, you enable yourself to get jobs, you enable yourself to get money. And it's all a positive feedback loop because the more money you have, the more compounding interest you have. So it really is one of those cases like the one who has more will be given and the one who doesn't, less will be taken away from him. So you need to initiate the compound effect, and it's done through proof of work as the biggest pull of lever. The second one was also collaborations with the Moon Group. Now, the Moon Group is a channel based in Dubai. Very affluent people in that group there. And in fact, I'm actually flying to Dubai in 14 days. I've got that on my whiteboard here. Now, that's another high leverage thing you can do. Get a whiteboard and write down all your stuff there and how you think and everything. And you can visualize it and get a good template of how to visualize it. I don't know if visualize is the right word, but you can sort of see it in a conceptual manner. And that enables me to then go travel to Dubai, meet people in an asymmetric environment, which is has a network effect, has flow dynamic density, it's got connections, it's got risk, it's got all the above that is very nice and juicy, right? So good stuff. And I'm also helping on the Moon Show tonight but from this, and that's just from doing this. Now my views aren't crazy, but that's not the point. The point is you just got to start, and then from there everything will follow. That's the first thing. So whether it's a fitness channel, whether it's a blog, whether it's a report, whatever it is, attention, reputation, opportunity, even if the views are low. But once you get to like 1,000 subscribers, like you can start to build from there. Okay, so it's like a building block, and it really helps to have that. The next thing I would say, or actually, I'll show you here why this explodes. One post equals attention, attention equals credibility, credibility equals DMs, DMs equal opportunities, opportunities equal leverage, leverage equals freedom. And that is a 10th order compounding effect. So the second order thinking, third order thinking, and you can keep going right down the line there. But the ultimate form of this is distribution plus network effects plus what you do, which is going to be this for your specific niche, okay? Second, the skill stack with escape velocity. So my skill stack is quite varied. I'm decently good at talking. I'm not afraid of camera. I'm not camera shy. I'm pretty social. I'm pretty technical when it comes to certain things. And I'm a very, very fast learner, and I'm very, very organized, and I read and write a lot. So this is the skill stack which you need to adopt, not my specific skill stack, but there's a bunch of different skill stacks which you can sort of adopt and work with. Your specific industry will be different, right? Now, the odds of your success based on your skill stack is going to drastically increase depending on what you sort of niche there. So I would suggest you jump onto AI, you figure out what you're trying to do, you figure out what's the best skill stack for you to get there and what are the things you need to be doing to get there. For me, I love technology, I like markets, like financial markets, and I like meeting people and being in good environments. So for me, that's going to be technology, markets, communication. This combo creates jobs, businesses, media, consultancy, ownership. So ownership of a station, that's getting viewership, that's media, that's a business, it's jobs, it's future, it's consulting, it's everything in the umbrella. Now, the key here is to not rotate around, do not add things. Once you've found your skill stack, keep working and refining it and build it over time and let compound take care of the rest of it. If anything, we can compound faster in the modern day age than we used to in previous times because of the technology we have now. That being said, it is a lot harder if you don't do what I'm saying. So get your butt in gear and you'll get going. Action, action, action. Now, energy is as a first class asset. Sorry. So People like to think time is the most valuable asset. I disagree. I think energy. Okay, I know. Okay, let me just preface here saying this. I know it's got time as the container, energy, attention, this specific infographic, but I would say energy, time, attention because for me specifically, if I don't have energy and I have all this time, I can't do anything. So if I'm depleted, I'm tired, people are draining my attention, I'm around people I don't want to be, I'm in environments I don't want to be in. Well, I can't really do much with my time. It's useless. So I feel like you need energy first, and then you need time. Then you need to focus your attention. But this infographic does explain it quite well. It says time is the container, so it's a set predefined resource, right? Energy can fluctuate depending on what you do. And then your attention, that's the steering wheel. So you gotta steer that correctly. And the attention is what delivers action. Now, action can come in the form of messaging someone that's higher above you that you want to get in contact with. It can be going to a meeting. It can be paying for someone's dinner that you want to get in a place with. It can be doing the hard work, talking to customers. It can be outreach. It could be anything. It could be just anything that is moving the lever, producing a piece of content, placing a trade, taking a piece of action which puts you forward to the next thing. Now, there isn't that many actions you can even take. There's a few actions that go into the scope of action taking that you just need to do. But people just don't do them because they're depleted with energy. They have fear. They have all these things. Mate, you're gonna be dead. All right. Let me heart that. You will die. Take action today. Tomorrow will not come. Okay. There is no tomorrow. Do it now. Time doesn't compound. Energy does. High energy increases learning speed, risk tolerance, creativity, social dominance. These are all things that are very important because whether you like it or not, that's the game. That's the name of the game that we exist in. So another thing that ties into proof of work is this is stored energy. Okay, the internet itself is stored energy. It's electricity, right? And servers and information is stored energy. This right here is stored energy. You can see that that's stored energy units. All right, so like you got to think about this for a second. Energy, time, attention. So if energy is the basis and then attention is the final result, then this is the epitome of it because this is the attention scope here, right? Where you've literally got, and then the attention converts to reputation and opportunity. So it's the flywheel, guys. Come on, we could even refine this even more, and I'll do that in another video, which is time, energy, all that sort of stuff, and it ties in. That being said, I will create the feedback loop for you guys, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So the exact plan, zero thinking, start today. Walk 20 minutes, go outside before the sunset, no phones, no podcast, just think. This is very important because this gets your energy back. This simple habit improves. In fact, I'm literally going for a walk after this and just walking around and doing things. It's called, what is Bezos called? He calls it puttering or pondering. You just sit around and think and just do things. You just relax. You don't let people suck your time, and you can gain energy back. Okay, momentum, all that sort of stuff. And identity lock-in. This is where people fail. So instead of setting these lofty goals, create your identity and you'll be good. So for example, you might just say, I'm the type of man who compounds daily and quietly, publishes daily, and plays long-term games. Read this for 30 minutes, read this for 30 days, and that's you. Sounds stupid, but it works terribly well. This is something I've adopted. I wasn't always the Mr. Productive, Mr. Opportunity, Mr. Optimistic guy. I've just adopted the frame that I'm going to be, and I'm doing it right now. So that's what I'm doing right now, and that's who I am. So I don't think people realize you can just change things just like that. I've had bouts of depression. I've had bouts of very suicidal times. I've gone through this and I've realized it does nothing for me. I'm going to be dead anyway, so I might as well keep going and be positive. People could look at me and think, oh, everything's working out for this guy. You don't even know the behind the scenes story, what someone goes through. It actually hasn't been like that. But there's been so much effort and like stuff that's had to go into it. And I can tell you what, I've learned. There's no point being negative because that hasn't helped me get where I'm at. Only being positive and optimistic and just doing the stuff and shutting up and just getting it done. That's literally it. It's simple. Lastly, guys, is relationship gravity because it's not networking, but it's just building solid relationships. One relationship can bend your life, okay? You shouldn't be going out there just going to everyone saying, hey, mate, you want to be my friend? I'm keen to meet you. Don't do that. Instead, I would suggest you build something and you message people that are slightly ahead of you. You try to work with them and do something that you can do. That can then build a relationship over time and you're creating shared discomfort and a shared journey. That's exactly what I've done specifically over here. So depending on your industry, maybe it's engineering, you could do the same thing with that. You could be messaging engineering people and firms and having a station, showing what you've done, helping them out in any capacity. There's an endless way of ways to help people, and helping people makes them like you. This isn't to like get value from them and to take. This is so you can provide value and have an opportunity to get in the door. At the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to getting your foot in the door. And once your foot's in the door, credibility, reputation, that's the flywheel that feeds itself. Now, one strong relationship can bend entire decades. Think of one person, Savio. How do you send this message? Hey, I really respect how you think about X. What's one mistake you avoid? What blah blah blah. You get the point. You're not asking, you're not pitching, you're just respecting, and you're just doing something that creates open doors. Now, extra notes for you guys. I'm speaking quite fast because I got to get outside and do a bunch of stuff. But take asymmetric bets, learn about asymmetry. I would say just get ChatGPT, learn about asymmetry. Keep learning, don't stop. A lot of people like stop learning at 18 years old once they leave school. It's so stupid. Just keep learning every single day and you'll be very much smarter. Neuroplasticity, metacognition are very important. So that's also another thing to learn. Put yourself in rooms that you shouldn't be in. Hashtag you should be in those rooms because that's what life's about, getting uncomfortable. Why would you want to play it safe? Now, what I suggest you guys do is screenshot all these topics and research them in depth. I'm not going to be doing that for you right now. But screenshot them and then you'll have an understanding of how to win in the game of life, okay? For now, I'll catch you guys next time. I'll do a video in Dubai, maybe. I'll see what happens. But for now, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll work on the thumbnail. Sorry, I'll work on feedback loops, all of the stuff that you guys are interested in. So for now, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day.